Hello, Goddess. Welcome back. This is Andrea with You, Our Mind, Body, Soul. And in this space, I guide goddesses to bridge the mind, body, and soul through psychosomatic education, consciousness reconditioning, as well as alchemy and energetics. Come on in. I hope that you're feeling great today. I just want to share with you some quick tips on how to develop more confidence, specifically by using your feminine energy. Some of the things that have been a game changer for me, we can always use a bit more confidence, especially because as the divine feminine here on this channel, we are always evolving into new stages and having new experiencing and experiences and manifesting new desires for ourselves. It requires consistently being confident. Okay. So before I get too deep into the topic, I want to remind you to please like this video so that the algorithm can do its magical, mysterious thing. Please remember to share this video with other goddesses so that they can receive this information just like you. And if it's your first time on the channel, welcome. Hi. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you so much. So let's get right into it. So the first place we want to start when it comes to developing more confidence is mindset work. So your entire life, your entire reality is going to be shaped on your mindset and how you are seeing things and looking at things. So when it comes to developing more confidence in who you are or a particular skill, you want to think about it in terms of mindset. And when you are coming with a feminine mindset towards things, you understand that you are allowing yourself to be flexible and pliable because we are co-creating and developing our reality with the divine. Okay. So if you want to have more confidence, in front of a group of people or have confidence with a skill, it's important to know that you want to be flexible in allowing yourself to really settle into the experience of becoming and the experience of accomplishing. So, you know how they always say it's about the journey and not the destination? The very number one thing that I ground myself in, when I am developing my confidence is knowing that I am showing up for the experience. So I may want to be more confident in speaking on my YouTube channel. So when I first started this channel in May, well, I started it before May 2023, but when I started to get more consistent and started to dedicate myself to dropping these weekly videos, I wasn't very confident. So it took me, and as far as like speaking in front of the camera, I don't edit these videos. So, it's like once I jump in here and I start speaking, I'm totally surrendered to this process. And I knew that when I first started filming and when I first started to share this content, that it would take some time for me to feel as if I was really confident with my voice and my presentation. And there are certain things that I did to help hone in on this skill, but I still allowed myself to show up and do it. And that is the biggest contributing factor of the confidence that I have been able to develop. Another thing to remember is a lot of times when we are developing confidence, it's because we are looking for a particular outcome, right? And confidence can be something that is very ego based, like the ego tells us that we need to be good at something or we need to have something or be something or accomplish something. But one of the ways that I really shelter and support myself is by remembering that God is always involved in the way that I am writing my story. So I'm co-creating with the divine, and I am always allowing myself to be open to that divine inspiration just in case God wants something greater for me, wants something better for me. So I try not to get hung up on the bottom line or the final outcome of a thing that I am desiring. Rather, I try to allow myself to just show up in my feminine energy consistently, and I let that confidence develop over time. Because ultimately, these things don't happen immediately, things take time. And while we're in the process of, these things coming to fruition, I like to remind myself that I am taken care of. So if you're resonating with this topic so far, please leave a comment below saying that I am taken care of. Like, God always takes care of me. God always lines up my path for me. If I am trying to accomplish one thing, and that's not exactly what it was supposed to be, God always aligns that for me. So, for example, the first time around I had my website created, there was a whole process that I went through of, ending up working with a completely different web developer. And I wrote a book so that it could be placed on the website. I didn't really have intentions on publishing a book, but what happened was, what had happened was, I was redirected to a space where I had to publish. I initially didn't really have the confidence or really the desire to publish, but God wanted something greater for me. So I was redirected to a place where I had to actually publish the book. It's the book that's linked below on Amazon. You can go ahead and download it, purchase it, and download it there. And, that's how I ended up publishing that very first book. And it was something that really built my confidence way more so than what I initially thought the route to building my confidence was to begin with. So you just never know what path life has in store for you. And when you're in your feminine energy, you are flowing. So the next step that I have to building confidence is to get into a flow. I love the concept of flow state, which talks about when you are practicing or training for something or trying to get a habit into your body and into your being, where you are establishing a sense of flow. So there are times when I'm speaking on YouTube and I will have my outline for the notes, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll start channeling and then I get into a flow. And flow comes from having practiced something to begin with. Okay. So it's like if you've ever done partner dancing, like salsa or something like that, and you start to move your body and you're already warmed up and you're feeling good, and then you start to get into a flow where you no longer have to think about what steps to take or what direction to go. You're really just in tune and in presence with that process. When it comes to becoming confident, particularly at a skill, let's just say the skill is just being yourself and being who you are authentically are. You want to be practicing, practicing, and practicing, and dedicating lots of time to really getting good at the skill. Being in your feminine energy is one of those things. So being able to be relaxed in your energy when you show up in a place, being able to have a certain level of receptivity to your environment so that you can glean information in a way in which you are collecting from your life experiences what needs to be resonant with you in order for you to, transition and transform in life and level up your identity. It takes practice, because whenever you are repeating something, whether it be a thought, especially thoughts. So thoughts are like the soundtrack of our life, of our mind, or a behavior. When you're learning a new skill, it takes time before it's something that actually becomes embodied. So when you practice a skill day in and day out, it then becomes a part of you. And then you no longer have to think about it, because now you are embodying it, which means that you are living it, you are breathing it, and it is who you are. So for me, for many years, that's been dance. I love doing intro to pole dance because I can take simple things and I can really embody the essence of flow with those things. They're not complicated. I just understand the fundamentals, and I am allowing myself, when I get into a flow state, to tap in with the presence of my body. I tap into my breath. I tap into the music that I'm listening to, and then I'm able to just flow. So being able to flow and being able to embody something comes from practice. And I recommend anytime you're trying to embody something, feminine energy, or whether it be a skill like speaking or even listening more, I recommend that you give yourself 6 to 18 months to practice this thing and to allow it to really seep and penetrate through you. It's like when you're practicing, when I first started practicing boundaries, it took me a time to recognize, okay, how do I set healthy boundaries? How do I enforce those? What is the essence of what having boundaries feels like for me? And then life had to bring in experiences for me to practice them. And then over time, I got really healthy with, setting these boundaries, these healthy boundaries for my feminine energy to then go and flourish in. So it does take time. And, as a professional athlete, let's say I'm doing choreography, I want to practice that choreography over and over and over. So then when I get ready to go and perform, I can just flow and I can play and I can enjoy it. And I'm not thinking so much about what those movements are. So when you don't have to think so much about the skill or the process, which is why habits are so important. So all of this is habit development. Okay. And anytime you have a habit towards something, then it is becoming your identity. It is becoming who you are. So, people that are used to luxury and opulence, they don't have to tell themselves to wake up and, be relaxed and be ready to receive support and help and ease. It's just something that comes naturally because you are used to it. And so when we start to get into the habit of thinking about things in a certain way and showing up, for another example would be, having a healthy lifestyle. So there's a difference between someone that says, I'm trying to eat healthy versus I am healthy, therefore I do not eat this. Okay. There is a different type of embodiment that occurs based on their ability to practice. Okay. So, just think about this when you're really trying to reach for new goals and you want to do them confidently. Okay. So, you really want to think about who you are, what your self concept is in relation to this thing that you want to be confident with. And you want to start to speak to yourself and speak truth into your environment through your words. So, speaking truth to yourself and speaking who you want to become to yourself in your mind internally. Okay. And then also allowing your external words to reflect that. And then allowing your behavior to also reflect that. Okay. So, if you know that you want the body of your dreams or you want to have, a slim, athletic body, look and see what athletes eat. Look and see what athletes eat. Or, you can also check out the Mind Body Soul 14-day reset course. I know that I say that in every video, but it's truly full of a lot of amazing and powerful information. And it's actually linked below, yams.co, YAMBS.co. So you can start to practice embodying what it means to eat like an athlete, because you don't become, you don't get an athletic body eating like you want to be obese, like you're always on vacation. You can't eat like you're on vacation and have an athlete's body. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So whatever it is you want to become confident in, you need to practice that skill, even if you are making mistakes in that process, until it becomes something that is second nature to you. You embody it. It's yours now. You have it. And then you level up into the next identity and the next stage of yourself. It's just an ongoing process of skills and habits that just get you to the next level and the next level and the next. Okay. So the next thing I have is that you want to keep yourself on an inspired vibration. So keeping yourself surrounded with things that are inspiring you to always be your best and to be confident in whatever that thing is you want confidence in. Okay. So if you are imagining, if you think about like your favorite celebrity that has that skill that you have that you want to be confident in, whether it is just a skill of being beautiful, or whether it's the skill of, being a mastermind at something, these people definitely put a lot of time and a lot of energy to become that thing. So if we think about, how we admire celebrities, and the thing about celebrities and what is just so awe-inspiring about celebrities is because they have found a way to break through certain cycles. Many celebrities out there did not inherit greatness and did not inherit fame, okay? And they instead created it for themselves. And I think that a big part of the reason that we admire celebrities so much is because they were able to break out of the cycles and to break out of the loops of certain systems, and they were able to tap into their authentic essence and make a crossover into something greater that is inspirational for the average person. So if you look at my previous video, this is why they are afraid of you. I talk about loops versus spiraling and moving through different cycles and how to harness your energy, your powerful, beautiful, precious energy in ways in which you are really shifting your reality. And I think that using celebrities in a healthy way, so not necessarily fawning over celebrities or, drooling over them, and instead asking yourself, what aspect of this is am I resonating with? Okay. Because when it comes to consciousness, our consciousness is actually influenced by multiple different fields. So we've talked about how consciousness is influenced by our genetics and generational things. We've talked about how consciousness is influenced by spiritual lineages, but our consciousness is also greatly influenced by society. And when we are tapping into higher levels of our personal existence and opening up into new wavelengths and frequencies of our personal vibration, we can use the things that we admire about celebrities to really inspire us. Okay. So the next time that you see a celebrity that you love, okay, just think of one celebrity that you admire. Okay, and the feelings that come up for you when you admire that celebrity. Okay. And I want you to think what there is a thread between me and this person of similarity that I feel that we have in common. Okay. And I want you to remember that just like that celebrity sits on the throne of whatever it is you admire them for, whether it be the beauty, the empire, the skill, the way that they make you feel, it could just be the way that they make you feel. I want you to then tap back into your own personal world and your own personal vibration and just think about how you can take that vibration and find that similar frequency energy within yourself and channel that out into your personal world and your personal empire. Okay, so we're going to do a meditation. I came up with this meditation the other day and I really liked it, so I'm going to share it with you here. Okay, so go ahead and ground yourself into wherever you are. Okay, and you can put your feet on the ground or cross at the ankles. Actually, cross my ankles today instead of Indian style. And start to slow down your breathing and come in present with yourself. Bring your awareness into your core. Let's come into the heart space with this one. So you're going to start to breathe and bring that energy into your heart space. And feel it relax. Feel the opening. Okay. Now I want you to see your inspiration, whether it be a celebrity, a public figure, a historical figure, alive or passed on, it doesn't matter. Someone that inspires you. Okay. And they're going to sit right in front of you. You're standing right in front of them, face to face. Okay. And we're now going to feel into that vibration of who they are and what it is we admire about them. And just sit with it. For me, my celebrity is Rihanna right now. And sitting in her presence, I am inspired by her poise, how her energy always speaks for itself. I'm inspired by her creativity and how she's made an empire out of that. I'm inspired by her beauty, her allure, how she's been able to be such a great container for models and business women everywhere. How she's a beautiful mother for her family, and how comfortable and confident she is with being herself and not needing to prove anything to anyone. I love that about her and I admire that. And now that you've identified what it is you love and that you admire about your celebrity, we want to take that vibration and we want that to imprint upon us and allow those tiny threads within us to start to find that connection, those vibrational connections of inspiration, and allow that to elevate our energy. And we're going to now send gratitude through these connections as they're filling up with light. See how that feels in your body. And we're going to give gratitude to our celebrity and give gratitude to ourselves. For honoring that vibration within us. So we're just going to sit in this vibration of whatever inspiration it is you feel right now. Whatever inspiration, whatever you're inspired by, just let that vibration just sit with you. Just breathe. Ooh, I'm feeling tingly, y'all. And after we've absorbed all of that good, positive vibration, we just want to thank Spirit, thank God for allowing us to be in vibrational alignment with this beauty and with this greatness. And then we also are very energetically wise. So we understand that we are also not receiving the things that are not in alignment with our highest and best good. So we don't want to take everything because we are all human at the end of the day. And we just thank God for shielding us from all of the extra stuff that is not in alignment with who we are. Thank you. Thank you for the shielding, God. and we keep all the good yumminess that we admire about our favorite, our inspiration. And we thank God for helping us to maintain this vibration of alignment and helping us to fall into alignment with the thoughts, energy, and behavior that will elevate us and keep our energy and vibration high. And then we'll take a deep breath and bring our energy and awareness back down into the base of the belly, reconnecting with our wholeness. And then you can start to open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, reground yourself into the base of your spine or out through your feet. Oh, that was a lot. How did that feel for you? If you're still on the video watching, please leave a comment. Let me know how that meditation went for you. That felt good. Wow, I kind of went deep there. Okay. So grounding back in, there was a point where I even felt like a little tingle. That was great. So I love that. I love that meditation. And you can come back to that meditation anytime when you feel like you need a boost or a charge. And just remember that, we are forging our own paths in life. And anything that we admire about someone or anything that we see that is external to us, it is simply a reflection of our potential or something that we have not manifested yet on this physical realm. So always remembering to sit on your own throne and recognizing that you have your own empire, because we're empresses as well. I love the vibration of the Empress. Well, we should talk about that since that's coming up. But you sit on your own throne as well, okay? And you have an empire to govern that starts in your consciousness in the upper realms, and then we bring that into solidity as we move down the spine, okay? And the reason that I brought up the energy of the Empress, I'm going to go ahead and speak on that since that was brought up. The Empress energy is the energy in the major arcana of the tarot that talks about fertility and comfort and luxury and having it all, okay? The Empress is an embodiment of all four of the queens, the Queen of Wands, water, air, and earth. She has all of these skills inside of her identity toolbox. So when we are shifting our identity into greater states, our identity is just comprised of things, of tools and skills that we have inside of our boxes. Okay, check out the previous video of This Is Why They're Afraid of You. It's a great video. Okay, and so the Empress, she has embodied all of these identities and she's comfortable. And she's incredibly confident on her throne, and she looks fertile, and she looks she looks like she's not trying to go anywhere anytime soon. When you look at the card of the Empress, you can go and look it up. But the thing about the Empress is that the Empress knows how to put in the work, the inner work, okay, and the outer work. So the major arcana are like the higher arcanas in the tarot, and the minor arcana reflection of the Empress is the Nine of Pentacles, which is this independent. She's independent. I'm everything. She's out there wandering around like doing falconry. She's like independent. She makes her own money. She knows how to spend her time how she wants to. Okay. And she did that because she went through the Eight of Pentacles stage. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about perfecting a physical, tangible item or project or idea, something physical, because pentacles are earth, they're the physical material things. So the Empress went from the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And I like to see the Nine of Pentacles as a miniature Empress. So for those of you that read cards, that is kind of what I'm coming through to share with you. Okay. And if you want a reading, I do readings as well. Right now, I am offering the annual reading on my website. If you go to the Goddess Mystery Academy section on the website, you can go and sign up for a reading. And right now, everything is 50% off using the code Goddess50. The website is out. You can purchase the courses for 50% off, and you can purchase the annual reading for 50% off. I'm so excited about this. So make sure you check that out. I'm probably going to extend it through some point in February, probably until Valentine's Day, since the website only launched in like mid-January. So take advantage of that. It's still available. Okay. And so last thing I have here is to give yourself permission. Okay. Give yourself permission to be confident. Also, the power of giving yourself permission is when you give yourself permission, you're really allowing yourself to be present in your journey and where you are. Okay. As someone that is a big gym rat, I've been working out for a long time. I recognize I am always confident in my workouts. I never worry about who's watching me or what they think about me because I am on my own journey and I am deeply immersed in my own path. So I know that every day that I go to the gym is not necessary. I'm not necessarily going to have the same strength that I had when I came previously or when I tried to do this exercise before, because I am a feminine, pliable, flexible being with that goes through cycles and rhythms, and I show up for that. But one thing I am confident about is that I'm going to be consistent in my workouts no matter how tired I am or how unmotivated I feel, which the motivation always comes when I show up anyway. So I might not have wanted to wake up to go do that workout that morning. Majority of the time, the greatest workouts I have is when I don't feel like going to the gym when I first wake up in the morning. I promise you. My best workouts and most surprisingly efficient, powerful workouts are when I initially did not even feel like going to begin with that day. And then I go through my morning ritual to get me ready for the gym. There's a video called it's either how to be a boss goddess or rituals for feminine energy. I'm gonna see if I can find that video and link it below on like how to put yourself on a program, on a regimen. So I'll go through my morning ritual and I get to the gym. And by the time I get going, like those workouts are amazing. Okay. So I always show up at the gym no matter how I feel because I give myself permission to show up even when I don't feel good, even if it's a crappy workout, at least I showed up because I gave myself permission to show up and not have to be at my best. It's still about showing up. Okay. Do you think that the world's greatest athletes or the world's greatest writers or performers would be that great if they didn't go to work when they didn't feel like it? There's always something to be had at every stage of your cycle. And this is a part of developing your feminine skills and honoring your feminine energy. It will bring you confidence over time. Permission is a cushion. So it's a cushion to always show up no matter what the outcome is. You give yourself permission. We give ourselves permission to fail because in the failure, there's accomplishment of knowing that you can still show up for yourself. And permission is also a doorway. When we give ourselves permission to be accepted or to not be accepted, we're able to step through different doorways and different portals of ourself and of our development because we showed up. You're not going to get to the other side or accomplish anything if you don't show up to begin with. So I want to encourage you to give yourself permission and journal that out. What do I need to give myself permission to do? Write that down. What do I need to give myself permission to do? I'm going to write that one down myself, actually. This is our last journal exercise. And spirit is just so good. Like the messages just keep coming through for me in these videos that I've started to do this year in 2024, in these journaling exercises that I've been doing with you, and just always just honoring my inner work and my journaling work. Like these answers are coming so fast. The information that I need is just coming so fast. So I want to thank you so much for sharing in this space with me. If you're doing these journaling exercises, just know that they are powerful. Okay. Know that they are powerful. Um, And again, allow yourself to be open from that heart space to receive that inspiration. So, what do you need to give yourself permission to do? Okay. Who do you need to give yourself permission to be? So that's the next question. Who do you need to give yourself permission to be? And I think I'm probably going to continue on with these journaling exercises, even like when I journal even later, because I feel like a lot coming up here in this moment. Um, okay. And then what do I give myself permission to have? And remember, this can be tangible things or intangible things. Okay. So journal that out. What do I need to give myself permission to have? And feel free to pause the video at any point. So take as much time as you need. Okay. And then before we wrap up, I want you to make a promise to me. Okay. I want you to promise that you're going and make a promise to yourself. And the statement is that you're promising to yourself is that I promise to honor my authentic personal vibration at all times, and know that I am divinely inspired to walk this path. I promise to honor my personal, authentic, most authentic vibration, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you. And I allow myself to always be divinely inspired. So you may need to pause or rewind the video for that mantra, for that statement. That was just something that just came through for me to share with you all. Okay. So that can be our mantra until we meet the next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was such a pleasure. I had so much fun doing this video with you today. I'm kind of casual and comfy today. I'm filming on a day that I wouldn't usually be filming, but I really just wanted to share these thoughts with you. I hope that you found it helpful. And remember to check out the website, yambs.co, so that you can get that 50% off of the courses and the readings. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. One love. Mwah.